the aircraft carrier, and the landing helicopter docks, are the necessary ships to develop the force projection, to be able to exercise the dominance of the air, sea, and land spaces.
In the second video, we will meet naval and air composition of the attack groups, and the disposition and tactical resources. In the previous video, we had finished describing the composition that the U.S. Navy gives its naval attack groups. And we had described what it was in the Carrier Strike Group, CSG. And what was the aeronaval composition of the Expeditionary Strike Group, ESG. We just needed to describe the missions and tactical disposition of the ships that are part of an attack group. Let's look at it with a carrier attack group. This is the 12th attack carrier group, Carstruck Group 12. We are seeing this carrier strike group from an approximate height of 700 meters. The naval group navigates occupying an area of the following dimensions. From head to tail of the naval formation, there are about 5 kilometers away, 2.7 nautical miles. And from right to left of the naval formation, there are about 3 kilometers away, 1.6 nautical miles. For example, from this submarine to the aircraft carrier, there is a distance of 1.5 kilometers, 0.8 nautical miles. From now on, the radar distances covered by each vessel are shown for graphic purposes only, and do not correspond to reality. It is led by the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, CVN-72. Logically, the aircraft carrier, CVN, occupies the tactical center of deployment. From here, the tactical and navigational direction of the entire naval group is carried, and all the air operations of its embarked air wing are managed. CVW. The CVN-72 Abraham Lincoln is assigned Wing Number 7, which consists of the following squadrons and types of aircraft and missions. 4 squadrons, with FA-18E and F Super Hornet aircrafts, carrying out missions of air superiority, specialized in patrol and air combat, VF. Strike and air attack, perform both air combat and ground attacks, VFA. One squadron, with E-2D Super Hornet early warning aircrafts, for the detection of aircraft or surface ships, VAW. One squadron, with EA-18G Growler electronic war airplanes, for the detection, reduction and elimination of all types of electronic interference, VAQ. 2 squadrons, with MH-60R and S helicopter, for anti-submarine fighting and combat against surface ships, HS. 1 squadron, with C-2A Greyhound aircrafts, for the carrier and logistic transport of the aircraft carrier, CLD. Secondly, we must mention the vital work of the 2 missile cruisers. They usually occupy tactically the head of the attack group and its rear guard. In a redundant way, these 2 ships, direct and coordinate air warfare and missiles, IMD, the anti-aircraft war, AAW, the anti-surface war, ASUW, and the anti-submarine warfare, ASW. Third is the Missile Destroyer Squad, DDG. They sail, forming a complete circular protection of the rest of the naval units of the attack group. These destroyers offer a multiplicity of defensive bubbles against all types of threats to the attack group, IMD, AAW, ASUW, and ASW. Fourth, are the missile launcher frigates, FFG. They usually reinforce the bands of the aircraft carrier, sailing on both sides of the fleet core. These ships complement cruisers and destroyers, especially in surface warfare, ASUW, and anti-submarine, ASW. Fifth, are the nuclear surface attack submarines, ASUW, and anti-submarine, ASW. Normally, they are the units on which their real number is kept secret in the attack group and, of course, its location. And sixth and last, there are the logistics vessels. These navigate tactically inside the formation. There will always be a minimum of a fleet tanker and a mixed logistics ship. In the first video of this series, we already saw the global data on this type of ships worldwide. There is only a select group of countries which are capable of incorporating these large strategic ships into their armed forces. Let's now look at the detail of the current situation by country at the beginning of this year 2020. The largest fleet, logically, corresponds to the United States, with 20 units, between aircraft carriers and various types of helicopter carriers. We can also appreciate how the global trend is to have mixed vessels, of type LHD, landing helicopter dock.
In the next video of the series, we will describe the differences that exist between the different types of ships, Catobar, Stobar, STOVL and VTOL. and we will also know the existing differences, depending on whether they are aircraft carrier, AC, or helicopter carry, LHD, and LPH.
In this graph, we must also highlight the two leading countries in the manufacture of this type of aircraft carrier. First, by far, there is the American company Huntington Ingalls Industries, with 10 units of the Nimitz class, and 1 unit, plus 2 units in tests, of the Gerald Ford class. And second worldwide, is the Naval Spanish company, with 5 units in service, in fleets of Spain, 1, Australia, 2, Turkey, 1 tests, and Thailand, 1. Let's look at the rest of the data about aircraft carriers that are in different states and situations.